Good evening and welcome to CTV News. Merry Christmas. My name is Jeremy Dodge. RCMP in Pelican Narrows have arrested a man wanted on assaults, weapons, drugs, and breach of conditions charges. Last Wednesday, RCMP recognized a wanted man walking in a residential area of Pelican Narrows. The man was located at a residence on Bear Street. RCMP officers entered the house. The suspect threatened officers who exited the building and secured the area. A few hours later, with the help of the emergency response team, the man was arrested without incident. 23-year-old Michael Morin from Prince Albert, arrested on outstanding warrants and was additionally charged with uttering threats and obstructing a peace officer. Prince Albert police have concluded a drug trafficking investigation with the arrest of a man and the seizure of drugs. Police alerted to possible illicit substance trafficking in the city Sunday. Through investigation, police found the suspect at a business in the 600 block of Marquis Road. The 30-year-old man was arrested on outstanding warrants. During a search, officers seized 152 grams of suspected methamphetamine, 43 grams of suspected cocaine, a cell phone, cash, and a vehicle. The 30-year-old is charged with possession and breaching a release order. He was scheduled to appear in provincial court today. Christmas is often a time for family and friends, but that is not the reality for everyone. In Saskatoon, several groups are stepping up to make sure no one has to spend the holiday alone. Tables are being set, turkey dinners prepared, including here at the Parktown Hotel, where staff are welcoming guests looking for more than just a meal. Many of the guests who will come to the restaurant will be alone or in pairs, looking for some togetherness on Christmas. Across the city, Grosvenor Park United Church also getting ready to serve a free Christmas dinner, continuing a long-standing tradition of open doors and open hearts. Church volunteers come together with a potluck meal, and they've been doing this for about 10 years and are expecting about 100 people. University students who might be alone, newcomers, and members of the LGBTQ plus community who may not be welcomed in their own homes.
The humans that come to this church are so giving and so understanding. We started this 9 or 10 years ago because we see so many that have no place to go to share Christmas dinner and that sense of community.
Also be serving their holiday meal as well, ensuring food, fellowship, and a sense of togetherness for those who need it most this Christmas Day. A Saskatoon Olympian is spending her Christmas holidays back home, but that does not mean she can take any days off. 24-year-old Maya Schwinghammer is a mogul skier looking to podium when the 2026 Milan Cortina Games begin in February. She is back in Saskatoon for Christmas, where the staff at Optimist Hill have created a training run for her to keep her skills sharp during a break in her season. With medal aspirations this winter, she is reflecting on her humble beginnings from the flat slopes of Saskatchewan that are taking her all the way to the Winter Games.
Coming from skiing on Mount Blackstrap, you know, the hill my parents used to manage. I was just looking at those photos yesterday when I'm just so small, skiing down the little flat slopes, and then to be able to come here and jump, it just feels like a full circle moment, really, and to be heading to the games after all these years of work and dedication and just having like my family by my side and my friends and everybody, so many people, the entire community has been a part of this journey, and I feel like yeah, it's pretty cool to have my spot for the games, be able to go and experience that, not only for myself, but for everyone who's been a part of my journey as well.
Earlier this month, Schwinghammer placed 5th in World Cup competition in Finland, but says she has greater aspirations for the February Olympics. Jeff, happy Merry Christmas Eve, and we have some, end of December weather for you.
We certainly do. We're dealing with some light snow in the Prince Albert area already, and then as we head into tomorrow, still probably some snow accumulating, just enhancing the whiteness of the white Christmas. But we have got ourselves a cool weekend in store, but we do have a bit of a warm-up on the way. But we're going to keep our eye on this system that is moving in from Alberta and see what kind of an impact it's going to have for the rest of the province on Christmas Day.
Thank you, Jeff. Broadview police have confirmed the sudden death of a boy on the Chapelways First Nation is not suspicious. Police say the boy left home on foot around 5 p.m. heading to another residence in the community. A passerby found his body just before 8 p.m., several hundred meters from the first home. Following consultation with the Saskatchewan Coroner's Service, investigators have confirmed the death is not suspicious. The boy's family has been notified. The Coroner's Service continues to investigate to determine the cause of death. No further information is expected from police at this time. A 15-year-old youth charged in relation to a quadruple homicide in February on Carry the Kettle First Nation was scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday, but it was adjourned. The male, who cannot be identified, is one of 3 people charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in relation to the deaths of Tracy Hotamani, Sheldon Cuisance, Shauna Faye, and Terry Jack. The youth's next court appearance has been scheduled for January 5th. The NDP opposition is concerned about emergency room and urgent care center closures in Saskatchewan over the holidays. And the Regina Urgent Care Center will be closed for Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's Day. 10 rural emergency rooms were also reporting service disruptions as of this afternoon. The list is updated daily on the SHA website. Now, the NDP say it is a terrifying guessing game for people in need of help.
I think of families, in rural Saskatchewan who during the holidays have to make a choice. The worst version of a guessing game imaginable is my local hospital open or closed?
The SHA says it recognizes the impact of emergency room service disruptions, and it continues efforts to recruit and retain staff. A woman from Milestone wants to say thank you to an anonymous secret Santa that paid a large portion of her car repair bill. Courtney Kolenik says took her car to Midas in downtown Regina 2 weeks ago. Have her exhaust looked at. She got the quote for the repair and put a deposit down with the intention of paying the remainder when the work was complete. But to her surprise, when she went to pick up her vehicle, the staff informed her someone had paid the $750 she was still owing.
This time is hard for me for a couple of reasons, and I'm going back off my mat leave early for financial reasons. So that was one reason. And then just having faith in humans again, that stuff actually happens.
Kolenik says this generous act of kindness means a lot to her and her 3 children this Christmas season. Still ahead on CTV News, we have the latest edition of Indigenous Circle and a Manitoba stable successfully breeding the Ojibwe spirit horse.
Greetings, everyone. The Ojibwe Spirit Horse is thought to be the only existing breed of horse developed by the Indigenous peoples of Canada. Now, a Winnipeg horse stable is doing its part to keep their legacy alive. Years of efforts are paying off as 2 new foals join the sacred breed. CTV's Harrison Shin shares more.
Meet Mandy and Lil, 2 Ojibwe Spirit Horse mares at Sage Hill Stables. With the help of a stallion named Chase, they are going to bring 2 foals to an endangered bloodline considered sacred by Indigenous communities.
There's only about 200 of these horses in Canada and the U.S. right now, but at one time there was only 4 of them left.
Donahill owns the Waverly Street facility, and she offered to take the mares in from nearby Aurora Farm. It's all part of a larger effort, the Spirit Horse Project. Once they were considered a nuisance to farmers and property owners.
So they tried to get rid of them, essentially, and they didn't feel that they were the right kind of horse to use for equestrian sport.
Donahoe says the news that both mares were successfully bred was exciting.
It's our first year trying breeding, and we have 2 pregnant mares, a success right off the hop. So, it's hard to believe.
Chase is a 15-year-old stallion in his prime from the Seine River First Nation in northwestern Ontario. He started boarding at Sage Hill years ago.
We hosted Chase here in Manitoba so that other people with Ojibwe Spirit Horse mares in Manitoba could use him for breeding.
One of the biggest challenges is the breeding process itself because of high costs and inbreeding. The 2 new foals are a big success.
It just gave a lot more meaning and purpose to what we're doing, and this just really ties it all together and helps make the project feel like we're accomplishing something.
Harrison Shin, CTV News, Winnipeg.
If If you have a story you would like to see in this segment, here's how to reach us. You can contact me by email, and you can also watch past episodes and segments of Indigenous Circle on our CTV Regina and CTV Saskatoon websites.
Indigenous Circle, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Indigenous Enterprise Foundation, growing the First Nation entrepreneurial spirit.
After the break, we'll bring Jeff back in. We'll have another look at weather for your Christmas Eve, and later, a rare form of cancer that requires treatment from outside our borders. Jeff Brogstad, he's wearing the Christmas suit, which must mean, yes, it's Christmas. Correct.
Very good.
You chose wisely.
You're going to open up that detective agency not too soon as like, yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yes, I tell you, this suit comes out almost once a year. I mean, you know, almost rarely more than once a year. And today's the day. So we're happy to have it on to be festive with our forecast. And the forecast is looking okay. It's going to be a bit on the cold side as we head into the weekend, but for the here and now, we do have this system sliding through pretty much as advertised. It came up through Alberta and sliding across Saskatchewan. Did not really impact Saskatoon, but Prince Albert dealing with some snow. When all is said and done, by tomorrow, maybe upwards of around, or let's say there about 10 centimeters in total over the next 24 hours or so. But we are talking about temperatures on Christmas Day in the Prince Albert area being pretty close to seasonal, so not bad in that respect. Now let's take a look at our future cast. Well, there you go. You can certainly see that active weather sort of sliding through. Tomorrow morning, there may be an issue with regard to some freezing rain in the southwestern part of the province, south central parts of Saskatchewan. So please, check the highway hotline if you're planning on doing some driving tomorrow as this system moves through and deposits what may not be the best situation for roads. But there you have it. Let's take a look at our numbers overnight. So many of these locations will be dealing with a little bit of light snow in the overnight period. That includes Spiritwood at minus 20 degrees, minus 18 for the Battlefords, minus 19 in Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Roston and Melfort, and minus 20 the expected overnight low for Nipawin. Excuse me, on to tomorrow. We're looking at some flurries for most locations. Now, some places may have a bit more intense snow. That certainly includes Candle Lake, Birch Hills, Rosthern, Melfort, and Nipawin. So those places might see a little more than 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. But right now, we'll just say, you know, when we get the grand totals, it'll be around 10 centimeters of snow. But here's the temperatures. Minus 13 for Spiritwood and the Battlefords. And then minus 12 for everybody else. Let's take a look at what's going on in Prince Albert in detail. So minus 18 degrees, 5 centimeters of snow or thereabouts, and the wind's backing off tomorrow. But for tonight, winds out of the east at 20 kilometers an hour. So that minus 18 is certainly going to feel well into the minus 20s. Tomorrow, the wind does back off, as I mentioned, minus 12 degrees for a high. So pretty much seasonal. Typically, we should be around minus 11. So not bad for Christmas Day. 2 to 4 centimeters of snow expected to fall. So as I said, when all is said and done, maybe about 10 centimeters of snow that you'll have to shovel. And then minus 16 degrees on Boxing Day. The same for Saturday with a chance of some flurries, but it really cools off on Sunday. Mainly sunny, but minus 23. And then look at this. Quite the shift from Sunday to Monday. Minus 1, the expected daytime high on Monday. A slight chance of flurries and a slight chance of flurries again on Tuesday. Still way above seasonal at minus 7 degrees, but back into colder conditions on Wednesday, minus 19 for a daytime high. So if you're looking for warmer temperatures, look forward to Monday and Tuesday.
All right, Jeff, it's looking like white Christmas lovers are going to have their wish granted.
I think so.
Okay, thank you very much. And it looks like the Saskatchewan Rough Riders have granted a wish to their fans by extending the contract of an important piece of their roster. The team announcing it has re-signed Samuel Emilus to a 2-year extension. Now, Emilus was named Most Valuable Canadian at the most recent Grey Cup. In 7 games during the 2025 season, he recorded 588 receiving yards on 37 catches with 2 touchdowns. He's totaled more than 2,900 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns in his career, with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 23 and 24. Emilus also became the fastest Canadian receiver in Riders history to reach that 1,000-yard mark.
The year was 1993, and you're looking at rare footage of the Flin Flon Bombers hoisting the SJHL Championship trophy. Back then, you could smoke just about anywhere, and the Bombers wore those old tackla jerseys with the 3D-style numbers on the back. Remember those? Anyways, it was Flin Flon against Melville in Game 7 for the SJHL title. Melville scored first to make it 1-0, but in the second period, Travis Shane would create a turnover and carry the puck back the other way to get the game-tying goal. From there on, it was a seesaw battle, with Flin Flon regaining the lead and Melville then answering back. But in the third period, the Bombers would ice the game with an empty netter to seal it. The Flin Flon Bombers were SJHL champions over 30 years ago.
And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and wood finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A Winnipeg woman says she's been fighting a multi-year uphill battle through the medical system. Cynthia Mitchell has been battling a rare form of cancer for the past 4 years, all while searching for treatment in Canada that she says just isn't available. As Joseph Bernacki reports, a clinical trial in the U.S. is offering hope, but it comes at a cost.
Cynthia Mitchell says it's been an uphill battle trying to find treatment for her rare form of cancer. She's fighting to survive after originally being told she had only months to live.
At the very beginning, my husband and I said we accept the diagnosis, but we reject the prognosis.
Mitchell was diagnosed with cholangiocarcinoma, also known as bile duct cancer, in 2021. Over the past 4 years, she's become an advocate for the rare form of cancer. She says around 500 Canadians are diagnosed every year with this condition. Trying to find treatment options has been a real challenge.
Not only are you trying to battle this disease, but you're also trying to navigate what is really an unnavigable system when you're faced with a rare cancer.
Mitchell says based on her rare condition, she has no current options for treatment in Manitoba. Since her diagnosis, she's been traveling to Toronto for consultation, testing, and treatment. CTV News reached out to Minister of Health, Seniors and Long-Term Care, Minister Uzoma Asagwara, for comment on Mitchell's condition and what's available to her in Manitoba. In a statement to CTV News, the minister said, "My heart is with Miss Mitchell and her family. Rare cancers put families in impossible positions, as treatment and diagnosis is especially difficult. Our focus remains on strengthening cancer care here at home and supporting patients and providers as they navigate extraordinary difficult decisions." Now, a clinical trial in Texas, where one of Mitchell's oncologists is based, may be the only option. The problem? How to afford the significant cost.
Houston opened up a spot for me within 3 days of learning that I couldn't find a trial here in Canada. And so there's an astronomical cost that comes with that. The only treatment that has ever been effective at all in stabilizing my disease has been one of those targeted therapies.
David Raynaud, Senior Policy Manager with the Canadian Cancer Society, said in a statement to CTV News, rare cancers, which make up around 20% of new cancer cases in Canada, can be especially difficult to diagnose and treat. Because many healthcare providers are not familiar with them, patients often face delays, limited treatment options, and may need to travel far from home to access specialized care. Mitchell says she is not going to give up despite the financial barrier.
As devastating as this diagnosis has been, we have such deep gratitude that I'm still here and still fighting.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The federal government's planning to release a strategy on men's and boys' health in the new year. Advocates have been calling for a strategy to address issues that prevent men from getting the care they need. A report from advocacy group Movember and researchers at the University of British Columbia found that 75,000 men died prematurely in 2023. And the report found many of those deaths were from preventable causes. It also found that a majority of men delayed seeking treatment for symptoms, and less than half felt listened to when they first received health care. Federal Health Minister Marjorie Mitchell says a strategy on men's health will encourage collaboration with other levels of government and other departments on issues including mental health, addiction, and public safety. All right, Jeff, are you looking optimistically towards 2026?
Yes.
1/3 of Canadians only are feeling positive about entering a new year, according to a new poll. Asking about expectations for 2026, 35% think it will be better than 2025. 37% expect the coming year will be about the same. 1 in 5 said they think things will actually get worse. Leger surveyed just over 1,500 people for the poll. I think in this room, 100% optimism.
Here, Mr. Speaker. I concur.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, here's something that should get everybody's spirits up, optimistic or not. Santa Claus is already working hard. He's out there right now delivering gifts on the other side of the world, all right? This is NORAD's Santa Tracker, and it is a busy 24 hours for the man in red and white. He starts, of course, in Australia, and then New Zealand, and then he works his way west. So he's on his way to Canada as we speak. Kids can call in to a special NORAD number to speak directly with staff who can provide Santa's exact location. Go to noradsanta.org to take a look, follow along live. It is actually quite impressive technology that they've employed. Gets better every year. The mapping and everything that they have there for you tells you where he is, where he's headed, how long till he gets to certain spots. And as I said, you can call in and get a live update.
Why not do it?
Yeah.
It's noradsanta.org. Perfect.
Going to have clear skies when he hits Canada?
When he hits other parts, yes, Saskatchewan looks like it's going to be more of a cloudy situation. I don't know if Rudolph's going to have to get that shiny nose rocking, but we do have snowy conditions in and around our region. Prince Albert, some snow tonight into tomorrow, and then as you can see, getting kind of cold on Sunday, but warming up on Monday and Tuesday. Whee!
Merry Christmas to all. Have a great night.
I thought you were going to say to all a good night.